Hi everyone, Rachel here, and I've already got my sort of holiday get-up on. So I found these little earrings that I've had for I have no idea how many years, dug them out from somewhere, and then this is my Christmas shirt that I've been wearing for the last 8 years straight, I think. So today I'm going to show you a beautiful smoky eye look that's going to work for all of your little holiday get-togethers, whether that's going to be your work Christmas party or just getting together with friends and family. I'll show you how you can adapt this to be a daytime look and then also add a little bit more drama for nighttime. I mean, for me, this is a nighttime look, but this might be your daytime. I'm not sure. I guess without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so now that I've brought you in nice and close and you can see everything, all I've done is gone in with my moisturizer to kind of prime my face a little bit. So when I do my makeup, I tend to start with my eyes because I can get a little bit messy, and so then I can clean up the edges before I go in with any foundation if I'm going to do that. So first I'm going to lay down a little bit of concealer. Okay, so you can do this with any concealer you have really. Zao also have a translucent setting powder, I just don't have that one myself at the moment. So I'm just going to set that. So for the look today, I'm only going to be using 3 different colors of eyeshadow, and they're all by Zao. So I have, first up, I'm going to use this number 201, and it's it's a nice like creamy base shade, so I'm going to use that to lay down all over to give myself another good foundation to work on. And then I'm going to go in with that darker brown color, which I'm actually going to use for my eyebrows as well. Just works for everything. And then I've got a little bit of a shimmery, it's kind of a pinky brown color, I think is probably how it's showing up on camera, but it has a little bit of a shimmer to it just to add a little bit extra. So I'll go in with that one last, but first let's just lay down that creamy color just to start with to give ourselves a good base. And as I mentioned, I'm going to go in afterwards and kind of clean up these edges, so I'm not too bothered if I draw all over my face too much. Now that we've set that down, we're going to go in with a more of a kind of flat kind of packing brush to pack the darker brown into our outer corner. Make sure you're getting down, right down to that lash line as well. So as you can see, I've gone like up into my crease quite deep, and then I've dragged it across a little bit on that, across the top, but I've tried to keep it more to the middle across the eyelid. So now let's just try and buff that out a tad. Okay, so now that we've got that nice and smoky, I'm just going to go in with that pale color that we started with and just put that on the inner corner just to brighten a tad before we go in with our shimmery topper in the center. Okay, so there's that. Now with this shimmery shadow, I'm just going to go in with my finger actually. The other 2 colors I've used don't really have any fallout at all. This one will have a little bit of a shimmer kind of fallout, which you can then clean up afterwards, but I'm going to try and avoid that a little bit just by popping it on with my finger instead. So I've kind of blended that into that darker shade on the outer side. It's a nice kind of subtle shimmer. If you want like super glittery, I'll link a video down below that Sasha's done with this beautiful biodegradable glitter. I feel like I've lost a little bit of that darker color on the outside, so I'm just gonna add a little bit into there. Okay, there we go. I think we're looking good. So now I'm just gonna go and try and repeat that on the other side, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so now I think we're looking pretty even. I'm just going to go along the bottom lash line with a little bit of that dark brown. So you're just joining those 2 things together. Now you can either leave this and just go in with a little bit of mascara, or you can go in with an eyeliner just to make it a little bit darker for nighttime. But for daytime, I'd probably just, I'll show you what I'm going to do actually. For daytime, this is what I would do. I would just darken up the outer corners with a little bit of an eyeliner pencil, just to make sure that your lash line is going to be a bit more visible. So that's all I would do. I'm not sure if that's showing up on camera, but in the mirror I can see that that outer corner is just a little bit darker, which is really nice. Okay, so that's what I would do for daytime, then just throw on some mascara and good to go. But since we're going to do more of an evening Christmas party kind of look, I'm going to go in with this liquid eyeliner from Zao. It's super black, as you can see. It looks quite shiny before it dries, but it does dry down quite matte. It just takes a little bit of time to dry. So the brush on this actually does pick up quite a lot of product, so I'd make sure that you've like wiped it off quite thoroughly, otherwise you might get some bleeding like around. Okay, so I just hopped up and looked in another mirror and decided that I actually wanted to pull that liquid eyeliner line right down into my inner corner, and I think that's just made it look even more of a bit more of an evening look. Now that I feel like I finished that, I'm just going to go in with this just like an organic cotton reusable facial wipe thingy and just like clean up my edges a tad. But there we go. So that's actually created a bit more of like a cat eye kind of wing with your smoke. So now let's go in and add our eyebrows so that we don't look like something's missing. I'm going to use that same eyeshadow color again. Now I have eyebrows and we're looking good. I have black all over my hand. I'm actually going to go through and put my foundation on, and then we're going to put on some mascara. So there is your nighttime smoky eye look. Now let's just add a touch of blush just to give ourselves a little bit more definition. Now let's add a little bit of lipstick. So I'm actually going to mix two colors together today. I'm going to start with this really nice light pinky rose color. I don't want a super bold lip since I've already gone a little bit crazy with the eyes, but I just want to darken it up a little bit because I feel like that's quite a spring kind of color, so I'm just going to go in with that slightly darker red that I used in the previous video, just to add a little bit of extra color. So I'm getting kind of almost like my lips but better. Okay, so there we have the final look. Super simple. We've only used a few products really, only 3 different color eyeshadows, and one of those we actually used for our eyebrows as well. I think this look works for a whole bunch of different occasions, if it's your work Christmas party or even with your family on Christmas Day. You could scale back the eyeliner, like the liquid eyeliner, and it would be perfect for the daytime as well, I feel like. And yeah, as I mentioned before, if you want to go super glittery, there's a great video by Sasha, which I'll link down below. So if you want a little bit of extra bling, then check that video out because that's going to be perfect for you. But other than that, I'm going to say a very happy Christmas and a fabulous new year to you all, and I'll see you in 2019. Bye!